Are being dispatched right now. Amanda aka ata raka teda baka sanda ata ambo osa kata rite eke banda ata rite.
Have you ever been in a situation where you're in church and everyone is rapping gibberish, rolling, jumping, and running everywhere, and you're just like, where am I? Some of you have experienced this, some haven't, but you've definitely heard about this phenomenon. They call it speaking in tongues. St. Luke writes in Acts chapter 2, verse 3 and 4, "And divided tongues as a fire appeared to them, and rested on each one of them. And they were all filled with the Holy Spirit, and began to speak in other tongues, as the Spirit gave them utterance." St. Paul writes in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 28, "And God has appointed in the church first apostles, second prophets, third teachers, then miracles, then gifts of healing, helping, administrating, and various kinds of tongues." And in 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 2, "For one who speaks in tongues speaks not to men but to God, for no one understands him, but he utters mysteries in the Spirit." So what is this gift of tongues? The Greek word for tongue is glossa. It literally means the organ in your mouth, but more commonly it means language or dialect. For example, when you ask someone, "What is your mother tongue?" you're not asking about a part of their mother's body. You're asking what their native language is. We see this in Revelation chapter 9, verse 11. "And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon." Here, Hebrew tongue and Greek tongue clearly refer to languages. Proponents of speaking in tongues usually explain it in two ways: xenoglossia and glossolalia. Glossolalia is when someone utters sounds or pseudo-words without recognizable meaning, like shabalabalabalaba, hurikalaba, tapatapashandalaba. Some people call this gibberish. Xenoglossia, on the other hand, is when someone miraculously speaks or understands a real language which they've never learnt in their life. For example, you walk into a Russian church and suddenly understand everything, even though you've never learned Russian in your life. Or you speak English, but a Greek person hears you in Greek. To really understand tongues, we need to look deeper into two key passages, Acts chapter 2 and 1 Corinthians 14. In our next videos, God willing, we'll dive into those passages and see which view of tongues is the biblical one. Until then, God bless you all.